Hi there, my name's Annie Sloss. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I want to take a moment to talk about the possibilities and the opportunities that the very unusual experience of the COVID-19 pandemic, the possibility of lockdown, the need to do personal distancing has provided for us as human beings. This is providing an opportunity for us to evolve in ourselves and in our relationships. You might have noticed yourself recently behaving in strong and unusual ways that you don't normally behave in your day-to-day life, or you might have noticed loved ones and friends and housemates behaving in ways that seem extreme or that you're not used to them behaving with. You know, that's because as a community, we've really all been in a state of fight-flight, as every day we've heard about more and more changes that we've had to quickly adapt to, and every day we've heard more and more how threatening the COVID-19 virus is. If you're anything like me, you might now be noticing that your fight-flight system is coming down, you're sleeping better, you're less kind of activated, and you might be moving into a period of rest and digest, where you're feeling tired, you're eating more, you're needing a little bit more gentle time to yourself, for example. Or you might be noticing something else happening in your nervous system. So the kinds of ways that people will commonly respond when their fight-flight system is engaged because they have a sense that there's a threat is really different and really varied. You might find yourself, like myself, reaching out to loved ones, wanting to help, wanting to offer YouTube videos that could support people. You might find yourself doing quite the opposite, closing in, finding it hard to be in contact, feeling isolated from people. You might find that you tend to sort of downgrade the threat and not let yourself notice that it is, quite a frightening time. You might notice yourself getting angry or frustrated with people, or not wanting to see friends who have to keep going to work as a teacher or as a nurse or, as a doctor, however they might be working out in the community. So this is the time to reflect and consider, I think, in order to transform ourselves and in order to transform our relationships in the now and in the future. I want to invite you to consider, what is it that you've been able to notice about your way of responding to this recent threat? And I want you to consider, is that what happens to me in a threat situation, like, for example, an argument with a partner or a friend, or maybe being asked to move out of your rental accommodation? Like, what's your usual response to fight and flight? And then to consider, how is it that you prefer to be in a moment of threat? And, how would you notice that you had gone into this kind of habitual protective pattern of fight and flight, whichever kind of fight and flight pattern it is that you have created through your life and your experiences to survive difficult times? You might also want to consider and invite your loved ones into thinking about how they've responded in the last few weeks. What has been their habitual protective fight-flight mechanism through these weeks? And you might be able to then use that as you move through these weeks to think about how each of us is responding as the landscape changes, which it's going to, how each of us responds. In what way are we protecting ourselves from threat, and in what way is that getting in the way of being connected and loving and supportive of our friends and family, and indeed of accepting support and connection when we most need it? Okay, I hope that this has been helpful, and I look forward to talking to you soon.